So there's this predicament that I'm experiencing, and I experience quite a lot, but I have become aware of it. So it's not that big of a problem anymore, although I do slip into it sometimes out of habit. And then I just sit there and blame myself and sort of have this negative self talk, which also I'm trying to change. And I wouldn't say I'm trying to change, I'm taking steps to change it. What I'm talking about is the fact that when you're starving, you will eat anything. And this is just so true. That is why it is so important to fill your own cup first and work on yourself. And every person in the world who says that if you don't love yourself, you will also not allow the person who wants to love you. That's how it is. I know that a lot of people will bring this argument that, oh, I hate myself, but my partner loves me. And you say that as a factual statement because of what is being presented as physical evidence, but deep down, you know that you are questioning whether you're lovable, whether you deserve it, whether it's real, whether they're going to leave you. You're basically questioning yourself, you're basically doubting yourself. Let's be real. I know that you might not say that out loud, but at 3 in the morning, when you're just laying in your bed and looking at your ceiling, you are having these questions. Because I've had them as well. This is such a normal thing for us humans to feel because that is what makes us who we are. That is what makes us individuals. We're all unique, and therefore, none of our experiences are ever going to be the same. But then, if you go on Instagram and you see a reel which is just so freaking relatable, and then you look at the comments and people are like, not one single unique experience. That is how interconnected we are. We may not be connected on the surface, of course, but we are interconnected. What I'm talking about essentially is that I've had this issue for as long as I can remember, pretty much since I was a kid. I feel like when you're just so scared of being abandoned, which I think again is a pretty normal feeling to have, you give into it every single time, it sort of ruins your own perception of who you are in relation to relationships, in relation to people. Because for me, the thing is, almost every single time anybody has ever entered my life, I have just claimed them to be my best friend. As in, I would just take whatever I get at once. And I never used to think about it so deeply because a couple of months or years into the relationship, I'd be like, this sucks. I just don't want to be with them anymore. Because the truth is, I never really wanted to be with them in the first place. I just wanted to not feel lonely anymore or not feel not wanted anymore. And that's a very big difference because you don't want the person, the situation, or the place, you want the feeling that it gives you. That is why it is important for you to embody that feeling. We're going to get into it later. But my point is that whenever an opportunity would come to me, whenever a person would come to me, whenever a situation would come to me, I would just take it for what it was. I would never question that, do I even want it? Is it up to my standard? I had no standards. I absolutely had no standards. I was just like, oh my god, I don't want to be alone. Okay, this person seems to be a good person. I will just call them my friend. And then that would ruin me even more. How ironic. And I know that there could be an argument that, well, if you don't allow people into your life, how would you know who's right and wrong? And I agree. I absolutely agree. The reason I'm able to talk about this or to say this with conviction is because I've had these experiences. I know what it's like. And I've not done this once or twice. I've done this pretty much over 10 times in the last, I would say, decade. And it's horrible. It's the worst feeling in the world. In the moment, you might feel satisfied for having something because you have someone to cling on to. But the moment you start feeling a little detached from them because you're feeling detached from yourself because you don't want to be this version of you, you're wearing a facade, you have this facade and it's not authentic to you, and you know that you're wearing a mask and it's kind of starting to slip because you are getting tired and you're getting burnt out. Now is when you're questioning everything that, oh my god, was it even real? Do I even want to be with this person? How do I push them away and how do I talk to them? And then you're so freaking avoidant that you don't even want to have the hard conversation. You're not even going to give them a chance to be with the real you. That's how I did it, and that cost me a lot of relationships. You will eat anything if you're starving. That's the point. A very hypothetical scenario, don't take it literally. But if you're super, 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 super hungry and you know what's going to help you be healthy, you know what's going to help you pretty much maintain the body you have, but you're so freaking hungry that you go to the restaurant and you eat anything. You eat something so humongous that in the moment satisfies you so much, but now that you're done eating it, you are like, holy shit. Now it's like a whole feeling of guilt that why did I eat that? I could have just sat with myself, sat with the feeling. I could have made a rational choice. I could have been rational and I could have made the right choice and had what I needed to have. But no, I had that. It's okay to blame yourself in that moment. It's okay to be mad at yourself. But you need to understand that, okay, it was a mistake. I did not know at the time. I'm not going to do it again. That's when the issue ends. That's when you essentially break the loop before it even starts. The issue begins when you keep doing it knowingly. Once it is a mistake, twice is a coincidence, three times it's a habit. I think now I'm more aware of who I'm letting into my life because I don't want to be with someone just for the sake of being with someone. I may be alone, but I'm not lonely, and I'm very happy with that. There are days here and there when I feel like, but it's okay. I'm a human being, and humans like to have companionship. We are social beings. That's how it is. But it's not coming from a place of not wanting to be with myself because I am filling my own cup. I'm working on myself. And it's not that, oh, once I'm perfect, I'm going to be with someone. That's not how it is. I'm only going to allow people into my life who truly, truly align with my vision, with the kind of person that I am, who truly, truly accept me for who I am. I can be weird around them. I can say all these things around them. I can have opinions around them. I don't have to worry about being cancelled or saying something too controversial. That's the kind of people I want to be around. I don't want to be around the first person who comes into my life just for the sake of not feeling lonely. That is why you don't have to starve. You can be hungry. It's okay to be hungry, which is like a desire for food, but you don't have to starve yourself. Pour into your own cup and let people fall in love with the overflow.